What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew for a special episode today of Warehouse B. We've got Warehouse B number 59, and it is The Howling. Okay, we are here with episode 59 of Warehouse B. We are talking The Howling today. Yeah. This was actually a movie we watched. Was it for this channel a long time ago?
Oh, yeah. It's maybe the second Versus we ever did.
Yeah, because it was that versus
American Werewolf.
Yeah. So it's been several years ago, and you guys can check that out. That's way back in the day before we quit and then come back.
Yeah.
And it's been that long since I've seen this movie again. Yeah, it came out in 1981, directed by Joe Dante. Budget of $1.7 million and made about 17 to 20, somewhere around in their middle at the box office, according to Wikipedia. What do you want to talk about first on this movie? We're gonna do a review here, and
yeah. Well, let's go over the plot first.
Okay.
You basically have in this movie Dee Wallace Stone. So she plays Karen White. She's this news anchor, and they're trying to catch the smiley face killer, Eddie Quist. And she's working with the police, and she goes into this porno booth to meet Eddie there. And she ends up kind of blanking out, and in the fracas, he gets shot and presumably killed. But yeah. She's got all this trauma going on, and so the doctor sends her to his colony. And which it turns out the people there are more than meets the eye. Yeah. And so
they're not Transformers.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, but not the same kind.
We'll just get into it now. Spoilers, everybody. He sends her to a colony full of werewolves. Yeah. Which Eddie Quist was.
Surprise.
It's a crazy ass story, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah. What do you want to do first, pros or cons?
Let's go ahead and do our pros, because there's a lot to like about this one, I think.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and start us off.
So I think the acting's okay. There's a few exceptions in there, which I'm sure we'll probably get to later. But the first thing I liked about this movie is the dreamlike quality over everything. Mm-hmm. She's unsure of what actually happened in that booth, and they're trying to get the truth out or whatever at this colony. But everything kind of has this like smoky feel to it. The whole movie kind of feels almost like a dream. Yeah. Like the way they shot things. Right. I appreciate that in a horror movie.
Yeah, I do. It's that, what's that? The bloom, bloomy look or whatever of the filter or whatever that they use.
Yeah, a lot of 80s movies had that.
Yeah, and this was very early 80s, obviously. In its style, its editing, its music. Hell, even the trailer was like the most early 80s, late 70s thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I agree with you on that. I really, really like the feel and overall atmosphere of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just come out and say it, even though I will admit that American Werewolf is probably the better werewolf movie. This is my favorite werewolf movie.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay, yeah. It's up there. I really, really enjoyed it. I like it's oh God, it's wild. It's crazy. There's times where, well, I'll get into it in a second, but American Werewolf is the superior film.
Oh yeah.
And I probably do like it a little better. Another con for me, or another pro for me, was the effects. Now, not all of them. It's kind of a pro and a con, actually, because I really, really like the look and style of the werewolves, the upright, the full body upright suit werewolves. I kind of like that. At times, it looked a little foxy in the face, but at the same time, like the overall structure and body, I really liked them. I think the only one that I liked better was like the Lycans or whatever from the Underworld series.
Yeah.
I think
with the muscular upper body.
Yeah, I like that style a lot.
Yeah,
and those are probably better. Of course, most of that shit's CGI, but I do like this, and I appreciate the practical effects. And not to say that there wasn't some bugaboos I had with the practical effects too, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Another pro is I don't think this movie takes itself too seriously.
No, as most Joe Dante movies don't. You look at Gremlins or Piranha.
Right. So it's I don't know if it's meant to be taken. And I mean, even American Werewolf in London had its moments.
Like his dead buddy, following him around everywhere.
There was moments where that was scary, and then there was moments where it was also a little hokey and a little kind of made fun of itself. But that's a Jonathan Brandis thing too. I feel like, because he's also kind of like that.
Yeah,
and I really like Jonathan Brandis. I enjoy the humor that's placed in this movie. Some of it's just ridiculous and stupid, but it kind of gives its own charm.
Yeah,
and I also like the subtle little Easter eggs that they have in this movie. I mean, they're stupid.
The wolf chili,
like the wolf chili sitting on his desk, or the big bad wolf cartoon, or the wolf man. Like, there's the little things like that that are cut in or just slid in there under the radar. Maybe not even under the radar. They're not even subtle. They're right there. But I think it's funny.
Yeah, the acting in this movie, there's some okay performances, and there's some pretty strong performances. Robert Picardo, who plays Eddie Quist, is probably my favorite actor in the whole movie. Yeah, he gives just the right amount of creepy vibe.
He does. Dennis Dugan in this. Yeah, he was in Happy Gilmore, director of Happy Gilmore, Happy Gilmore 2. Well, I think he actually did quite a bit of Adam Sandler.
Big Daddy, I think he did.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Yeah,
her friend Terry in this, I really thought she was good. The girl who comes up kind of to her aid.
Yeah.
And we'll get to this when we get to the scary moments, but the picture she finds of Eddie Quist of like the cove overlooking the ocean, and I really liked her character. I thought she was...
Of course, you have Dee Wallace, who...
The mom and everything.
The mom and everything. And I mean, who doesn't love Dee Wallace? I mean, come on. And she's awesome in this, I think. She's been in horror movies since then. I mean, even up until... Was she passed away yet?
No, I think she's still alive.
She's still alive. Okay. She's been in. She was in like the Rob Zombie. She was Rob Zombie Halloween. She was.
I forgot all about that.
Laurie Strode's mom. Yeah. Mom again, a mom.
Yeah. To me, she's the mom from Critters and E.T. And what else did we say? Cujo. She was in that as well. Cujo.
That's. I mean, I think as far as the pros go, though, that's about it. Which is a lot of the movie. I mean, it's still a fun movie. The parts that it gets right, it gets really right, and then the parts it gets wrong, it's really wrong.
I think the setting, before we get to cons, I think the setting is great. Once they get up there to the colony, I think it's fantastic. Overlooking the cove, or when they have a werewolf beach party, which is fantastic.
I do like that. But the cons wise, again, I mentioned the effects. And on the other end of that, there is a con to some of the effects and some of the choices made. The guy when Eddie turned, there was really good parts of that, and there's really shitty parts of that. The bubbling face was cool for a second, but I think they lingered too long there. It was just kind of goofy. I also, and this is, I'll just go ahead and say the biggest bugaboo, and I think this is probably most people's bugaboo, is the ending. And it's not how the ending was. It's not what happened. It's how she looked.
Yeah.
She looked like a giant fucking puppy dog.
Yeah, she looked like a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, she looked like a crying Shih Tzu. And she was just like, she was crying as she was changing. And then for whatever reason, they gave her this. I mean, because she wasn't a bad one, maybe they chose to give her a different look. But she's still a werewolf. I it's not that I don't appreciate differences or them trying to do something different with that, but why would you pick that?
I think it's because this was her big death scene, and she's presenting this to the world. I think it's them trying to give her some humanity to that character, but it's not. It's bad.
No, I would have tried to go a little creepier. That way, you actually freak people out, and then I would probably let her wreak a little havoc for just
something, and flip the desk,
or something, and then. I said I appreciate what they tried to do, but you made the wrong choice by turning her into a puppy.
I was looking at Kenny actually had some notes on that he sent me. He said the worst part is her changing on live TV. One of the worst things I've ever seen. Yeah. Should never be able to tell if a werewolf is male or female once changed. And I agree with that.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that too. God. Oh, this is awful.
It's pretty terrible.
That's the biggest bugaboo I've got. The music was also just
Yeah, pretty melodramatic.
Really melodramatic. What else? Some of the characters there's other choices they made too, with like either stop motion or just weird crude animation.
So they've got the animation when her husband there is having the affair with, what's her name, Marcia? Amy watched this with me, and of course, she likes to get her input in. Right. She says that animation's all wrong. They should have been doing it doggy style, being as they were werewolves.
Absolutely.
But those are probably my worst cons. That and I love the Eddie transformation, but like you said, they linger too long. Mm. She could have been in a whole different state by the time he fully transformed.
Yeah.
But I do love the first transformation he has there in the doctor's office where he gets Terry. That's terrifying, where he's flipping over stuff.
Yes.
They did that right.
I agree. That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It was kind of funny how he she found the files and he just kind of placed his hand.
Yeah.
But after that it became a little more frightening. But I don't know. But then also they mixed in like that imagery, with the Big Bad Wolf cartoon and Dennis Dugan on the phone. And other than that, there wasn't a whole lot more terrifying stuff in this movie. There were some good spots that had the potential for really good imagery. There was a couple potential places that had scary imagery or could have had scary imagery, but you chose odd lighting or that animation shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while I appreciate the humor in this, I feel like you could pick your spots a little bit and have a little bit of both. Make the horrifying scenes actually horrifying and don't belittle them or degrade them into something that's not, and then choose your comedy later. Mm-hmm. Because you've also got comedy through the editing, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Like the credits. The end credits.
I love the credits to this movie.
Yeah. That's another pro, I guess. She wants a hamburger, wants it rare.
Yeah.
And then they throw it and
they cooked that for way too long to be rare.
I know. And they cut to a scene of a guy putting a ball of hamburger on there, smashing it with a spatula, and the credits roll while he's just cooking this burger.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. To really shitty music.
Yeah.
This sounds like it should be at the end of a 1970s Clint Eastwood movie. Or Matlock.
Or Play Misty. Yeah.
Yeah. Play Misty. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about this?
No, it's a fun movie. I like it. It's got its flaws for sure. Yeah. Like we didn't even mention, I don't think Rob Bottin did the special effects for this a year before he did for the thing. And they're kind of a mixed bag, but I also think he was in his very early 20s at this point. So he was learning, but for the most part, I like him, especially this is one point where I'll give this a point over American Werewolf is you got the werewolves up on two legs. Yeah. And to me, they look better.
Yeah. I think the overall wolf looked way better in American Werewolf as far as effects go and the design.
Yeah.
But I do love the upright walking werewolf, but still the beastly kind where they can do kind of both.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I don't want them to be just goofier, like meaner looking wolves, but they don't also have to be hokey like their man, like Teen Wolf. Kind of thing. And that's what also kind of reminded me of at the end with Dee Wallace. It was like Teen Wolf, but just
a little bit,
but just with a Shih Tzu face. But very well kempt too, like trimmed and
very well manicured.
Very nice. I don't know if I have anything else to say about it. I really enjoyed the movie. It's not perfect in any way. I think if you're looking for an old good werewolf movie, this is it.
Yeah.
Aside from American Werewolf in London, this is one of the better ones that you're going to find. They're just not a lot, especially in this time frame where you're going to find a halfway decent, movie. And I don't go in expecting just greatness. You have an open mind and try to find some humor because there's plenty of places.
Oh yeah,
and then there's definitely going to be some hokey spots. So. What did Kenny have anything else to say?
No, he kind of lowballed the rating. He gave it a 1.5, which I'm gonna go 3.5.
Yeah, I know you really like this movie.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I feel like a 2. 2 3/4 to 3. I really do like this movie. I think I like American Werewolf in London a little bit more, but I mean, that's another video, another rating too. But I might rate it a little bit higher. But it's still it's good. It's really good. It's worth the watch.
Yes,
it's solid. And it's on Tubi, I think. Right.
Yeah. Right now,
as of right now.
Right now, it's on Tubi.
So you guys can go check that out on there if you're interested in watching that. In case you have not already, chances are you probably have seen it if you're watching this. But let us know in the comments below what you think of the Howling and sound off there. Make sure you like and subscribe so you didn't miss anything. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Okay, what do we got next coming for 60?
60, the big 6-0, we're going to do Maximum Overdrive.
Ooh, yes.
Provided it's still on Tubi, but I think...
I've got the Blu-ray, so we do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so
we can watch it.
Yeah, we're going to... little Stephen King in his directorial debut, I believe.
No, and I know there was some wonky shit going on there, so that should be an interesting episode.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen that too, so that'll be cool. Yeah, so be sure to like and subscribe again. You don't want to miss anything in the future coming up like Maximum Overdrive. Send us a comment on this movie here, and
until next time,
we're out of here.